What's good, everybody? What's happening? It's your boy Flawless. Back in the house with another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. Man, what's cracking, guys? I'm glad to be back. Sitting down, ready to fellowship with you guys. The national championship game for college is going on tonight. I'm gonna slide around my peeps' house and watch it with my dad. Maybe do a little toss back a little bit. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? But I've been feeling pretty good. Nice and strong. Back strong. Your boy strong. So everything's been good, man. Hope things been good with you guys. Did y'all see that week 18? Did you see the week 18? Man, let me tell you. Cray. I'm going to just talk about a few of the games. I ain't going to talk much into it. Let's just talk about the coaches real quick. We'll drop down today. Well, first, let me just get this out of the way about the college bowl games. I rooted for Georgia last year. I believe they beat Bama, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't like Bama. But I don't really care for Georgia either, but it's for a childish reason, guys. It's really, don't even ask me, please don't. You'd be like, come on, Floss, you're better than that. But I'm rooting for the underdog this time, so we'll see what happens. But I ain't got nothing against Georgia, but I'm just kind of rooting for the underdog. So we'll see. I heard it was, it's a crap game so far. I heard it been on just for a few minutes. I haven't even watched it yet. I got to drop this video first, man. Come on. It's about priority time. All right, let's get to the unfortunate coaching news. Let me start with saying Cliff Kingsbury got fired today by the Cardinals. And I'll be honest with you, I'm saying this because more so I've heard that Cardinals fans been wanting to get rid of Cliff. So man, and he's just been underwhelming. They have way too much talent over there to be going through what they're going through. He's had more than enough time to get more juice out of that team than he has. Secondly, let's go to another head coach that got fired, but did not have not even close to more than enough time to fix that franchise. And that's head coach or ex-head coach Lovie Smith. Yes, he got kicked to the curb by the Houston Texans after one solid season. One freaking season. Guys, look at my eyes. You already know how I feel about that, right? Do I have to walk it out? Do I have to spell it out? No, I don't. Okay? Do I need to say more? It was to be damned if you do, be damned if you don't for Lovie Smith. Because if you don't take the job, it's like, oh, look! See, we offer blacks head coaching jobs all the time and they're declining them. That was the absolutely worst job to take in the NFL. I don't give a damn if you could have sent freaking head coach of freaking Eagles over there. He wouldn't have freaking been able to help that damn team. You could have put Belichick over there. Still losing record. Belichick couldn't get to the playoffs with Patriots. But one damn year? Gonna give him 2 years? Do my people wrong, dog. Do my people wrong. I'm gonna move on, though. Check it out. Hey, I'm gonna save that game for a second. So Giants ended up playing their second stringers. The Eagles beat them beat the Giants 22-16. Of course, the Giants played their second string and second and third string and stuff like that. Eagles had the game in command the whole time. I thought it was crap because go figure you go and try to save. Well, they had made the playoffs, Giants, so saving their start is not going to help them because they're going to lose next week anyway, most likely. But hopefully they beat Minnesota. They played in Minnesota. Yeah, I don't really care for Minnesota like that. But I kind of wanted the Giants to play up so they could have had a chance to beat them, beat the Eagles. But I didn't think they wanted that because if San Francisco would have won and Eagles would have lost, San Francisco would have been in the number one seed. Okay, but it is what it is, guys. Hey, you guys know how I feel about NFL. You know how I feel as if it's predetermined, but that don't stop me from being a fan. Okay, I just understand what it is, and that's what I want from you guys. I know a lot of you guys probably still don't believe that, but that's okay. The only thing I ask you to do is to keep your eyes open and keep your mind open to the fact that it can be. Trust me, if you just keep your mind open that it can be, you'll start seeing things in time that'll change your mind. So that was good for that. Eagles are the number 1 seed. They'll get the bye. Commanders stomped on the Cowboys. It's really hard to really take the Cowboys loss and the Tampa Bay loss and put anything behind it because they already was locked into where they was going to play at anyway for the most part. So, you got to take those losses with a grain of salt. But speaking of Cowboys, I'm going to circle back about something about that. 49ers beat the Cardinals 38-13. The thing I like about that is Elijah Mitchell came back. He ran the ball well. I think he's run about 5 yards a clip and did very well on the ground. Dolphins, they controlled that game. Dolphins and the Jets and 11-6, blah, blah, blah. The Bills and the Patriots. Now, guys, I wasn't even watching the game. Yeah, I've been busy, you know what I'm saying? But I was watching some football, but I wasn't watching the game right off. And as soon as I think I was scrolling Facebook or something, and I saw like that they had a opening kickoff that made it 7-0 or something. And I was just like, go freaking figure. Go freaking figure. I'm like, this is freaking nonsense. You guys seen that one meme on social media on Facebook that said, I probably put it up if I can grab it. That basically said the Oscar or something like the award goes to the NFL or something like that for scripting the opening play or opening kickoff return or something like that. I'm paraphrasing it, but I'll put it up if I can get it so you guys can see it. Look, man, people see it. People see it. And even Tony Romo, he was saying some things this week, like, you couldn't have scripted a better game plan. You could have scripted a better, like, they're basically telling people, but, of course, people not putting much stock into it. But, hey, man, it is what it is. A lot of people, look, man, let's be honest. The NFL is like people, and I've been there. I've freaking been there. But people care about the NFL more than damn near as much as they care about their religion, It's like the NFL is grown men's religion. They care about it that freaking much, So, of course, if you're saying anything that kind of draw a little bit of disdain to it or besmirch the NFL's good name, people are going to have a problem with that. So let's talk about the Packers and let's talk about the Packers and the Lions real quick. There were 2 plays that happened in that game, guys. Now, I bet my brother, actually I put it on Facebook. I was like, I said, I got $20 on the Packers. Anybody want some of that action? So I was only going to take 2 people, but then my brother, he always get me on bets, man. I swear, man, my younger brother. He got me. He said, I'll take some of that action. So, okay, bet. And, I just believed it was going to push Green Bay through. Those were one of the games I really, really didn't know about, but made sense afterwards. But, that's neither here nor there. And Detroit eliminated them because Detroit, was hell-bent on keeping them out. And, of course, you got the whole thing about Aaron Rodgers might be his last game, and he was looking all around, blah, 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 okay, and whatever. So, it was 2 plays that happened that are very suspect. You guys remember number 29, Rasul Douglas, when he walked down the line of scrimmage, like, on his own accord and tried to hit the ball away from the long snap from the long snapper to kick the field goal. It was like 2 seconds left in the half, and it was like a 48, 49-yard field goal. He did that, but actually somebody pushed him, and then he pushed him back in the face, got 15-yard penalty, and then it got moved up to a 32, 33-yard field goal. Then it was 9-6 at the half. So I'm like, what would make somebody do that? We've never seen nothing like that before. Someone walking down the freaking middle of and going to mess with the ball like that. Now, I started thinking like, Did he do that because he just wanted to, or he felt the need to, or was he instructed to? Now, I know that might seem like a stretch. I know. But I'm like, okay, all right, I'm keep my eye on that. Normally, because, okay, it only resulted in 3 points, but it kind of kept the game close. So it went from 9-3. It could have been, well, he was still had, but he missed a 46-yarder earlier, but he was going to attempt a 48-49 one. So all of a sudden, they get moved up to a 33-yard field goal. They make it. So it's 9-6 at half. Then how about number 7, Mr. Quay Walker? He pushed the Lions trainer in the back. We didn't see the Lions trainer do anything to him, but he pushed him in the back, got ejected, 15 yards, cost them 7 points. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure. I believe that happened on 3rd down, but I'm not for sure. I'm not sure. Not certain about it. But I know it was like a bonehead play. So 2 out of the air, out of the question, out of the blue, penalties happen for Detroit, in the favor of Detroit. So I thought right then, I'm like, you know what? I think I might lose this bet to my brother. I think I might lose this bet because that was basically 10 points off both of those little transactions per se, if you will. But it is what it is. Aaron Rodgers, I guess they got tired of San Francisco beating up on Aaron Rodgers like that, kicking him out the playoffs. But it is what it is. I just thought it was kind of iffy. And a lot of people just laugh at it and laugh at the players. And man, but if you see some stuff like that, if it smells like a thing, it's usually a thing. All right? Secondly, let me go back to the Commanders and Cowboys. I'm going to pin this video to the top of the comments in this video, okay? In the comments. I want you guys to look at it. I want you to look at 2 things, okay? Now, this guy I follow. His name is Jake the Asshole. I've been following him like all this year, since like week 2 or 3. He has like the top 10 rig plays of the week that he does. And I'll admit, some of them were kind of like, but then some of them were like blatant, yeah, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Understanding what I understand. So this was the game. It was 7-0 in the Commanders-Dallas game. It was 7-0 Commanders. And Dallas had the ball on their side of the field. And quarterback stepped back, and he was getting ready to throw it to the right, to the wide receiver in the flat. Well, the cornerback kind of jumped the route a little bit, but he stumbled. Wide receiver just basically gave up on the ball, and it hit the cornerback in the chest, incomplete. The very next play, they did the same play again. Now, people say, okay, and then that's when they got a pick 6, and then they went to the house. Mind you, there are at least three wide receivers on that play that went out on routes. So my thing was, why would you throw a pass play and throw it out to, I think it was number 85 or something, it almost get picked? Why would you go back and do that very same play the next play? Now listen, guys, we've all played football before. Maybe some more professional than others, not professional, further than others. But let's say play street ball or whatever, right? Or in the backyard, and you do a play. You're drawing up a play on the back of the football. You know how you do it. You like that. You're doing it with your hand, and you say, "I'm not saying football that." And then you say, "Let's say if you throw it right," and you say if you throw a play. And they almost got it, right? It was almost a catch by the wide receiver. You'd be like, okay, man, like that was close, man. Let's do it again. You act like you're running a different play, but you're like, I'm just doing this. We're gonna do the same play again, like that, right? So then you do it again. But my point of the matter is, you do the play again when it's close to working. You don't never do a play. It makes no sense at all to do a play back to back, throwing it to the same person when it almost got picked the previous play. There is no reason to do that 2 straight plays unless you want to redo that play and do it for how it was designed to be done. Step back, threw it before freaking Buttnut Prescott was even freaking throwing it. The dude was already jumping the route. Of course, wide receiver falls back, fall on the ground like he crazy, and the guy pick it and go running right in. I need you guys to look at that. Also, so just look how questionable it looks and why they're going to run the same play twice. You can look at the timestamps. It's on the thing. It just don't make any sense. But what I want you to really pay attention to, this will really get it right. The first time when it happened and it hit the cornerback didn't even attempt to catch the ball. As he dove for it, he just let it hit him in his chest, and he didn't try to close up his hands or nothing. Close up his arm to catch the ball at all. He just kind of let it hit him and roll off. You have to look at that. That's the important part about it to me. Not the fact that they did it twice. But the fact that he didn't even try to intercept the ball the first time. Meaning, it wasn't meant for him to intercept it and fall on the ground because it was supposed to be a pick six. Just take a look and look at the details. I will share that video in the top of the comments and I'll pin it, okay? All right, now, enough of that nonsense. Hey, guess what? How about our boy Fire Truck finally dropped me his Venmo, so I was able to pay up for my Devontae Adams, me and his Devontae Adams bet, because I shot my big mouth off in the offseason and said that Devontae Adams would not score double-digit TDs. The Joker had damn near 14, 15 of them, damn near how many he had. I know he had 13, I believe. But yeah, he crushed that, so good for him. So guess what? Enjoy your crispy 20 Fire Truck. Enjoy it. Should have paid you all in pennies, but I don't think Venmo's gonna go down like that. But thanks for betting me. That was a nice gentleman like bet thing we did. He jumped in the comments and be like, "That's two," you know what I'm saying, and count them up and stuff like that. Even though the Raiders was taking L's, he was getting those on touchdowns still. So that was cool, man. I appreciate that, bro. So yeah, with Damar Hamlin's all, he's good to go. They released him. He's back at the crib, back in Buffalo. Hey guys, people want to say what they want to say, but at the end of the day, last time I checked, if a person drops and don't have any air, is not breathing, and no oxygen is going to the brain for 8, 9, 10 minutes before he gets revived, yeah, that brain is going to be all messed up, and a person's going to be damn near in the vegetative state. Not to be good to go and given an all clear out of the hospital. Say what you want, but hey, I'm glad he's okay. So I don't want to make people make it seem like I don't think I wanted him to be hurt. And I said it was BS. A lot of people so geeked up about that. I don't know if I'm be able to put up here, but people want to be so blind to the fact, about what Damar Hamlin, he probably going to end up seeing, they want to believe so bad that he end up looking up or something like that to see this during, when he was getting resuscitated or whatever. But nah. Anyway, that's that come from Chappelle Show. But hey, man, either way, I'm glad he's good. The show must go on. The freaking show must go on. So it is what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me ask you guys a question. Are you guys interested? This is the first thing. Another thing is coming later in the week or early next week. But let me ask you a question. Are you guys interested, or would you be interested in doing like a fantasy football playoff challenge? Basically, everybody essentially get a team, set up a team, and then you get points through the playoffs. I don't think you're going to be able to change your team, so you just got to have certain players, to my understanding. I have to look at the rules. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. I at least need 10 people, 8 to 10 players, eight or more. Okay? And if enough of you guys want to be into it, I'll set it up tomorrow. I'll send out invites. I'll make a video, send you the information so you can hop in and we can do it. It can be friendly, and we can just, it can be just for trash talk, or we can put 10 or 20 bucks in, winner takes all, or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So, or depending on how many people get in, you can do a second place. But it's totally up to you guys. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in doing that, I can set it up. Basically it'll be from NFL.com, like a fantasy football playoff challenge league. So it's several different ways to play, but if you're interested in playing, I can look at it and get the details, and I can set it up, okay? Just something so we can kind of have something amongst ourselves that we can do, and we can chop it up within the Flawless Forum. Thanks, guys, for checking me out. Press like on the video. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you thought. Hit the comment section. Flawless Fantasy Football, where you hear what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Making things happen. Flawless Fantasy Football. Stay flawless, baby. Peace.